Hi everyone, it's Joanna from JMP Art Studio, and today we are going to have another series which I will be calling The Art of Love. Why did I call the series Art of Love? So personally, I am a painter. I consider myself as someone who is so fascinated with art, and I wanted to share with you the famous book by Gary Chapman, which is called The 5 Love Languages. I know most of you already read about it, and I wanted to express my thought about this 5 love languages, and I wanted it to be the first part of my series, which I will be calling The Art of Love. But before we dive into the 5 love languages, let's get to know first what is the meaning of art and what is love, by the way. Okay, so art. We often hear it, but what does it really mean? Art can be defined in so many ways. There are a lot of words that can be defined in so many ways. Art is everything. Art is everywhere. Art is a diverse range of human activities. It involves a lot of things, like from the way a person speaks, the way they move. Art is dancing, art is music, art is painting, art is everywhere. And its primary intention or its goal is to express the thoughts, the feelings, that emotion of the creator or the artist. So art is a beautiful creation, and that's why we know this quote that the earth without art is just it's like it's just empty. So art is very important. Art is in everything, and art is everywhere. And your life is your masterpiece. Now next, let's define love. Again, love, it can be defined in so many ways. If you read the dictionary, love means a deep feeling of affection. Now, what is affection? Affection is a feeling of fondness or liking. But for me, love is more than liking. Love is when you like someone, but it means more than that. It's like you can do something for that person. You can do everything for that person, even though it will cost you your sadness or it will cost you your pain. And well, I think that's unconditional love. Making the other people happy, even though you're not included anymore, or maybe you're not part of it. It's like it's a beautiful thing. But anyway, now let's dive in with this book by Gary Chapman, which is the 5 love languages. Now, Gary Chapman explained in this book that we have different languages of love. We give a different love languages, and sometimes we receive a different kind of language. So the first step for us to make it work, this is not just about your boyfriend or girlfriend, your husband or wife. It is also applicable, or love can be expressed to, of course, your friends, your family members, your brothers, your sister, or anyone. So for you to be able to make a relationship work, you have to know what kind of love language a specific person speaks or acts or expects. So the first one is words of affirmation. Words of affirmation. This person whose love language is words of affirmation, they want to hear the words, I love you, you look handsome, you look beautiful. So for this person, words means more than action. They expect you to say things that will make their day amazing, or they want you to be consistent on saying the things that will make them feel that you really love them. So on the other side, if you are unable to say what he or she wants, it might make your relationship rocky, or it might even cause your relationship to fail. So for you to be able to make it work, I think the best thing to do is to talk to that person. I mean, don't make it obvious that you're gonna ask, hey, what is your love languages? Or what do you want? You can do it by not actually just asking it directly. I mean, you observe that person. If you see that that person is so happy every time you tell her he's beautiful or he's handsome, I mean, you could already consider that this person has this love language, which is words of affirmation. And of course, a person can also have this 5 love languages, or 1 or 2. So it's for you to find out. And there are so many ways to know if a person's love language is words of affirmation. The best thing to do is to get to know that person, and I think the best thing to do is make a list of things that you think that this person likes. I mean, you love that person, right? Why not make a little bit of effort for that person? And of course, if this person's love language is words of affirmation and they value words a lot, there is a tendency that if you say something hurtful to them, it will really break their heart. I mean, words are so powerful. They mean so much. They can make or break someone. So everybody, we have to be cautious in what we're going to say to someone. If it's something that is bad, or it's something that you know that is not good, maybe you just keep it to yourself. I mean, if you tell someone like, hey, you're getting fat, or hey, you look so ugly, right? I mean, everybody has a mirror at home, and if you tell someone, for example, hey, you got a lot of breakouts or pimples on your face, that person already knows. He or she can feel it. So if it's not out of concern and it's just out of blue that you just wanted to tell him or her that you saw that, maybe it's not necessary to say that. So we have to be conscious of the words that we speak, because words are so powerful. Next one is, can you guess? So the second one is quality time. Everybody wants to spend time with the person they love. But for this kind of love language, sometimes, even though you're together, sometimes you're not really having that quality time because of our attention is under attack, right? Because you can see a lot of couples or even family gatherings, like everybody is holding their phone and they are not really together. Maybe they are physically there, but their mind is elsewhere, and that is something that is quite alarming. So if this person wants quality time, they actually want you to be there. Like, you turn off your phone, or maybe just set it aside and you talk to each other. If you're eating together, you eat together, and if you're watching a movie, you focus on the movie, you focus together, you talk about it. That is quality time. I mean, we have to make it work by actually making it work with the efforts that you. Next is receiving of gifts. Now, don't mistake this love language as someone who is materialistic, because it doesn't mean that they want to receive gift is they already want the monetary value of it. They just want you to give them something of value. Gary Chapman says that he calls the gift for this kind of love language is a symbol of love. Because, for example, me as an artist, I remember that I gave my boyfriend like 2 portraits of him. One is that we're together in the portrait, and it only means that while I'm doing that, he's in every thought, in every line, in every stroke, in every brush stroke of that drawing. So it's the thought that counts, and it's not about the amount that you spend. It's about how much you thought of that person while you were picking that gift. Whether it's just a piece of flower, or it's a piece of card, it's a candy, it's something that that person likes. Just like if you have watched the movie Me Before You by Emilia Clarke, so there was a part where Will Traynor gave Emilia Clarke, or I forgot her name in the movie, but her family, Louisa Clarke, Will Traynor gave Louisa Clarke a bumblebee tights, which she mentioned quite a while that she really liked that. So it's the thought that you actually remembered that I wanted that and you got it for me. It's like, it's not the amount. I mean, it might cost just, it doesn't cost that much, but you were able to look for it for me because you knew that I wanted it, and that is the meaning of receiving gifts. And of course, on the other side, if you forget giving gifts to this person, if you forget the birthday or your anniversary, it will make the other person feel bad. Next is acts of service. So for this kind of love language, they want you to make their life easier, not harder. I mean, just a little act of helping out. Like, if you see her having a hard time, if you see him like he's having a hard time, you extend a little help, a helping hand. Or it's like, it's not just for your boyfriend or your girlfriend. Even though your mom, if you see your mom having a hard time like washing the dishes or washing the clothes, you help her out without her even asking you. And if you see your dad having a hard time, you extend some help, because acts of service is also an act of love. Like, you don't want that person to get tired because you love that person. You want them to feel better. You don't want them to get sick. That's why you're helping them out. So next is physical touch. Of course, if you're in a relationship, it really matters if you hug each other, especially if someone is having a bad day. I mean, sometimes you don't necessarily have to ask all the details. Just hug that person and tell them that I'm here, and you don't have to stress yourself out. So a simple hug will make that person feel better. So again, the 5 love languages are words of affirmation, receiving of gifts, acts of service, quality time, and physical touch. Now, what's important here is our boyfriend or girlfriend or our husband and wife or anyone that we love, they have to know, or you yourself, you have to know what kind of love languages do I speak, do I want to receive, and what I am able to give. Because receiving and giving of love languages differ from different kinds of person, and you have to know if what kind of personality that person has, because you cannot expect someone to be so expressive of their thoughts, because some people are not. So you have to understand that, because if your love language is words of affirmation, and you expect the other person to speak words of affirmation even though he or she is not used to it, it might not work. So if you really love that person, you have to be understanding, and you have to know what kind of love languages he or she also wants to receive. It's not always about you, since a relationship works because it's a relationship, and you have to make it work because it's you and him. It's about the two of you. So you have to make sure that you also extend some understanding. And this love language is just a guide for us to know what kind of language it is that we have. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed listening to me, and let's try to know what kind of love language we speak and what kind of language we want from the person we love, and also we have to know what matters to us the most. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please click thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.